Welcome to Clippers Live postgame presented by Hyundai here on FanDuel Sports Network. Welcome back to Salt Lake City, where the Clippers take a 115-103 victory to tip off a 3-game road trip in style. Welcome inside now, courtside, Lauren Rosen alongside with Jim Jackson per usual, but special guest Nico Batum joining the show. And Nico, usually I ask Jim what went right down the stretch, but tonight I'm going to ask you what went right for this team, particularly after you got the first quarter out of the way.
Defense. I mean, our defense got way better. Like as you say, the first 5-6 minutes were very bad. Looked like game one a couple of months ago when we're in this place. So, no, defense was great. Kawhi James did the job, like on offense, led the way on offense as well. And Brook made some shot. Like KD was great as well. I mean, that was a good team win overall.
Look, 16-3 over the last 19. Usually when you have that kind of resurgence, especially starting the way this team did, there's some kind of roster change, but that wasn't the case for the Clippers, right? So what changed mentally for you guys during this time period?
I mean, I think that week for the NBA Cup, we got time to practice.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of like a reset. I mean, that kind of was like a new training camp for us. We got time to practice, like get back to basic. Just, okay, this is the first 20-some game where we're really bad. So just get back from zero. Our season already started after the Cup. And since then, we did a pretty good job.
You shared a story with me that as a shooter, sometimes you go through a slump and all you need to do is make one shot to turn everything around. You said that winning that Lakers game back on December 20th was the game where you feel like things turned around. What did that feel like and how did you identify that game as the one?
I mean, especially the way we won it. You know, we lost so many games. We were like up 10 or 15 and we lose it. And the Lakers game, we had like a good lead and we almost lost it, but we find a way to win it anyway. And I think that just started something for us. And then you beat team like the Rockets, the Pistons, and then we just start winning. And then Kawhi just been unbelievable the last 4 weeks. James as well. I mean, everybody stepped up and that's pretty good so far.
Listen, you talked about the play of Kawhi. Of course, James has stepped up big time. Kris, yourself, but it's been the young player, the young core. How have they been able to step right into the lineup in crunch minutes to play and contribute? Like probably more than expected at this point of the season?
I mean, you know, people have been saying like we the whole team, whatever, we all, whatever, like we're all guys, but we got some good young guys as well. I mean, they've been showing that the last couple of weeks now, especially since the Toronto game. I think the Toronto game when they just step up, they won the game for us. James was great at the end, but they pretty much won the game for us in Toronto. And they show like they've been in the gym all summer. And sometimes when your name being called, you got to show like, hey, coach, I'm good as well. So, and got a chance to have a lot of young guys in our roster. So that's good.
And you're one of the most respected veterans in this game right now. I know you don't like to brag about yourself, but I'm going to go ahead and make you, as we take a look at your highlights, talk to me about the way that your game has changed and what's been working for you running alongside such young guys out there.
It's easy. It's easy to play with guys. We know how to play basketball. You know, I don't run and jump like I used to. Running around like I used to back in the day. So now just stay in the corner, space the floor, set a couple of screen and try to play around and be smart with the spacing out with my guys around me. So just IQ. I really play with 80%. My game is my brain right now. 20% is my legs. So
the most important question, favorite French wine. Come on, give it to me. I ask you this all the time.
Chateau Latour.
Okay, see, that even sound expensive right there, just how he said it.
It is.
See?
An expert at the mental game. You make it sound easy. You make the drinking of the wine sound easy. Nico Batum, thank you so much for lending all of your expertise to our show tonight. We appreciate you being here. And now, Ty Lue talking to Brian Seaman in the back. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, just guarding the best player every night. He's like a shutdown corner. You know, he wants that responsibility. He takes on a challenge every single night. And, you know, that's why he should be on all defensive team. Like tonight was a true testament of who he is and how he guards. And, you know, guarding a guy like Lauri Markkanen, who's, you know, one of the best, you know, power forwards, 3-4 in his game. And so just seeing how he can guard up, he can guard down. It doesn't matter. But he definitely deserves to be on all defensive team.
The toughness that this team has now found in the last 5-6 weeks after the first, 2 months. You guys are down 11 in the first quarter. Shots aren't falling. You're getting good looks. You're not falling. But you battle back. Is that, am I making too much of that? Is that a thing that has kind of risen as you guys have gone on with this season?
Yeah, I think, we talked about it. We can't let the offense, dictate our defense. And every night we got to have that mindset to get stops. And then eventually we're going to shoot the ball well. Eventually we're going to start making shots. And so we can't let it affect our defense. And so, we got down 11, got some stops. Was able to get out and get a couple easy ones in transition. But overall, like I said, our defense was really good, especially against a team like this. It runs great stuff, puts you in tough positions. And I thought after the first 6 minutes, we really handled it well.
Brook Lopez scored some points there, but also had some very nice defensive plays. Can you tell me the value he brings, even when the shots aren't falling?
His ability to, like you said, challenge shots at the rim, block shots, defensively being up in coverage, being able to get back as well. He's been a drop big most of his whole career, and JBG's asked him to be up on the pick and rolls, be up higher, and he's done a great job all year of just, being able to affect the other end of the floor without worrying about offense, but his defense always takes over.
And as we turn now to our top performers of the evening, Kawhi Leonard, fantastic once again, 25 now, 20-plus point performances in a row. He finishes with 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jim Jackson, what do you continue to see from Kawhi Leonard?
Just a man that's focused, just focused on doing his job. And I know the minute restriction has kind of kicked back in a little bit, but unlike the first time when he came back with the minute restriction where it felt like the offense was forced a little bit, that's not the case. He's catching it in flow. Again, we talked about this, the improved shooting from the perspective of taking more three-point shot, expanding his game, which makes it more difficult to get the ball out of his hands and stop him. But what I'm really impressed about, I'll go back to this, is his ability now to lock in defensively, back kind of like the Kawhi that we've seen during his Toronto days, but also in San Antonio, where he was influencing the game on both ends of the court. And that just tells you a lot about his mindset and where he's at and how he wants to really impact the game.
The claw in control. So from Kawhi Leonard, we've heard from Nico Batum, and after the break, we will hear from Kris Dunn. He finished with 14 points and 5 steals tonight. Speaking of two-way productivity, how about Kris Dunn? So still to come, hear from Kris. When we come back after the break, we'll talk more about tonight's top performers, take a closer look at the Clippers, KD. Right after this, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Clippers Live Postgame. Welcome back to Clippers Live Postgame presented by Hyundai on FanDuel Sports Network. I spoke with Kris Dunn following this win. Let's take a listen now. Kris, you have found a way to be available for your team every single night this season. Tonight, 14 points, 5 steals. You've really done it all. How have you kept yourself in this shape, and how does it feel to win this much?
I got to give credit to the medical team. They're just taking care of my body. As a group, we've been putting a lot of work in. As you know, lately, we just had a different type of urgency to our game. I just want to be there for my teammates, and tonight, it was just a great team win.
And from the physical to the mental, you told me early in the season that you wanted to be relentlessly positive. How has that attitude helped your team get to where it is now?
That's the major key. Everybody knows in the season it's going to be ups and downs. You know what I mean? Nothing's perfect. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, keep working as a team, and then most importantly, we got to keep the faith, give all the glory to God. Without him, none of this would be possible.
I saw Brook Lopez do your three-point celebration. How would you describe the vibes among your team right now?
The vibes are really high right now. We know we got a lot of more work to do, but, when the chemistry good, I think that's when we play our best basketball.
Kris Dunn, thank you so much. Get some rest.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jim, Kris Dunn has been so consistently, chronically available and productive. Tonight was no different. What have you seen from him lately?
Well, only Clipper to play all 46 games, but you got to travel back in time a little bit to understand how he's gotten here, his path. Highly thought of and sought after as a draft pick coming out of Providence. Injuries prevented him from kind of doing what he needed to do in Chicago. Came here to Utah, kind of the same thing. G League, accepted it, embraced it, understood. That was his, pattern. That was his flow. That was the way his life in this game was going to go. Never complained about it. And as a result, he's come out on the other side a lot stronger and can tell that story to, the young core of this team. So that's why a Kris Dunn can smile and have fun and accept his role, is because he's been through so much, but yet still has so much more to gain. but he gives so much to this team. Is incredible.
It's a great story.
Yes,
He's so
is.
grateful to be a part of this team, and to see him get the flowers that he's now earning on the floor has been nothing but a pleasure. So, Jim, as we turn ahead to the rest of this road trip, this is the first of 3 stops. The team gets a couple days off before heading to Denver. What do you imagine this matchup might look like on Friday?
A tough one. I mean, shout out to Jamal Murray, who will finally get his first playoff all-star selection and an appearance. But this team is 9-6 without Jokic. That means they're playing, and he's the catalyst. And then you don't want to look past the game, but you have a tough Phoenix team who's holding steady, playing extremely well. One game at a time. Denver always plays us tough. So this will be a tough one. 2 days rest. Watch some tape. Get ready to go.
The Clippers have won 16 of their last 19. They will look to keep a good thing going here on the road. Jim Jackson, thanks for being here with me. When we come back, we will wrap things up for Clippers Live. Don't go anywhere, and thanks for being with us. Clippers Live post-game. Stay tuned for an all-new edition of Golic and Golic. They're bringing the heat with bold takes, big personalities, and some of the biggest names in sports. Here's a preview of what's in store on tonight's show.
Coming up after post-game coverage in most regions, an encore edition of Golic and Golic. We sat down with former NFL quarterback Alex Smith to discuss Sam Darnold's incredible journey to the Super Bowl. And don't miss Wednesday's show. We got your baseball fix, where we'll be joined by senior baseball writer Buster Olney. It's Golic and Golic, weekdays here on FanDuel Sports Network.
And as we say goodnight from Salt Lake City, a reminder to tune in to our next telecast coming up on Friday. The Clippers continue this 3-game road trip in Denver with a matchup against the Denver Nuggets. Clippers Live hits the air at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time here on FanDuel Sports Network. For Brian Seaman, Jim Jackson, and our entire crew, I'm Lauren Rosen. Thanks for spending the evening with us.